Hello and welcome to the International Pentagon Challenge. My name is Kyanite and together we'll be embarking on a very special Football Manager journey where we'll aim to try and win every major international competition in all 5 continents, forcing our hand to play with hundreds of different types of players and most importantly hopefully create loads of awesome different types of tactics along the way. Once that's complete, only then are we allowed to set our sights on the biggest of all goals, the FIFA World Cup. How many nations will we have to manage until we work our way to the top? How many dodgy names will we have to pronounce along the way? So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully we're going to have a lot of fun along the way. Alright, hello everyone and welcome to episode 1 of our main FM18 save for the year, which is going to be, as the title probably gives away, the International Pentagon Challenge. Massive shout out to all the people that smashed the like button on the teaser episode. And since it's the first episode, you might as well slash the like button here as well. And hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. So, obviously, as the teaser video suggested, it's a journeyman save with a twist. Instead of managing club teams, we can only manage international teams. We'll be starting off with a Sunday League reputation. We won't be allowed to manage any clubs, and the idea is to basically win the main international tournament like the Asian Cup, the Euros and so on in all the 5 continents, and then try and win the World Cup. Now we might end up in a strange scenario where we win the World Cup before dominating a continent, which is fine, but the chances are we're probably going to struggle to get employed as a team that will seriously be competing for the World Cup until we've won quite a lot. So let's be honest, we don't know what might happen, and that's the exciting thing about these journeyman style saves. But until then, let's just take a quick look at how I've set this up, and I think this is important for me to discuss, simply because just in case you decide you want to do it at home, obviously, and as I progress throughout this entire save, you might want to tell me in the comments how you do. So basically the idea is to start a new career, and then once you reach this page you go to advanced on the custom database, and basically to enable all the nations that aren't enabled at the start of the game, you kind of have to add your continents, and then obviously it's up to you what you choose, but I find this combination is the best for each continent, where I make sure we've got the current international players from top division clubs, mainly because they tend to be the better players in kind of lower countries, just in case obviously, because if you only choose current international players, you might end up missing out on players that haven't actually been called up or aren't registered in the default database as international players, but could actually be good enough, or might end up being players from that kind of unknown country to join your international team. So it's always good to kick things off with a decent pool of players from top clubs, players with continental reputation, players with national reputation, and players from clubs in continental competitions. And that's basically it. Obviously, it does result in an extremely large player count. Fortunately for me, my computer is pretty decent, but you know, the fact that I have a decent computer, and by that I mean a 4790K i7, and the estimated game speed is a star, it kind of emphasises how much work the poor game is going to have to do throughout this entire save, because we basically loaded every single country in the world, haven't we? In terms of leagues, obviously we're not really too bothered about leagues, simply because we're never going to be managing in any of the leagues. But I think it's kind of important that we can at least, at the end of every 4 years or whatnot, look back at what is actually going on in leagues. So for that reason, I've added what I consider the major leagues in football. If you think I've missed anything out, let me know, because obviously I can always add them back. Now I've opted to go mainly for the top leagues in these major nations, except England, where we're going to start off with League 2 as the minimum. Now obviously that probably won't be too relevant for us, but I know most people that watch my videos are from England, and so am I, so yeah, it kind of seems more relevant to at least have League 2 going. And I've got that set to playable as well, simply because I like having at least one playable league, and to be fair, changing that to view only isn't exactly going to make a massive difference. So that is how you set your game up to enable all international teams. So appearance set up. I'm really proud of my appearance. Honestly, like, I seriously look like I mean business, but I guess we'll soon find out whether or not I can actually put that into practice as soon as we get our first job. Hair maybe not on point, but once my hair actually grows, it probably will look something like that, and the glasses aren't really on point either. SI, if you're watching, I mean, as someone that wears glasses, can we have a selection of glasses next year? I mean, I might be picky, and to be fully honest, there's like a gazillion things in the match engine you should prioritise fixing before adding glasses, but knowing SI, they're probably going to prioritise adding glasses than fixing fundamental issues in the match engine anyway, so SI, glasses please. So straight away, as we can see, we have a nice selection of teams to potentially obviously start managing. Interestingly, under 19s and whatnot are also available, so you never know. If we struggle to get a job, we might end up managing one of the youth national teams. That is also allowed, because if you have to work your way up, you kind of have to work your way up, right? It'd probably be pretty cool to manage like the England under 21s or someone like that. But there we go, national teams. As we can see, pretty much every single country in the world is now present. There's a few countries on here I probably wouldn't want to manage, but we'll have to make do with what we can. But we are, of course, going to be starting unemployed. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking forward to this one. You know, we'll find out about new cultures, try out different food. I mean, that's the main reason why I'm doing this international journeyman save, just to try out different cuisines, obviously, because food is love, food is life. I like food. Food is very good. You should like food too. If you don't like food, well, there's something wrong with you. Now, managerial style-wise, the truth is, there's probably not too much benefit in terms of having a high player knowledge or high man management, because, well, we're just managing teams internationally. So, for example, level of discipline, how likely a player is to bring their concerns to me. I'm kind of their international manager, so chances are, from what I can remember of international management on Football Manager, they're not going to come crying to me. They'd rather go crying to their club manager. So I think adaptability, if we put that to 4, it affects the chances of us finding employment in a foreign league. And if we're going to start, you know, traveling the world and tasting new cuisines, then we're going to have to be adaptable, because, you know, we might find ourselves on the loo a lot. So that's an important attribute. So we are going to go with 4 adaptability, everything else on 1. And as for coaching attributes, well, you know, it's a tough one. We're an international manager. Obviously, we're starting with the Sunday League experience. We're an international manager. We're not really going to be spending that much time doing training with players anyways. But one thing I am going to do is reduce attacking and go for 2 goalkeeper shot stopping, simply because I used to play in goal when I was younger, even though people that play football with me nowadays and watch me play as an outfield player would probably struggle to believe that. But yeah, so that's what we're going with in terms of managerial style. And on that note, let's find a job. So obviously, here we go. We need to find some jobs. The Everton and West Brom jobs are available. Quite a lot of under 23 jobs as well, but I don't think I'm going to be applying for them just yet. I'm going to wait for an actual country to appear. But that's probably all going to happen between now and the next episode, so hopefully we'll have a job come the next episode. What I want to kind of discuss for the remainder of this episode is kind of why I kind of felt like this international journeyman type save would be a good idea. So one of the main reasons for those that watch my Football Manager 17 Blackburn save was that we had 100 episodes and only actually went about 5 years into the future. I kind of want a save, a real long-term save, where we probably end up managing until like 2050 or something like that. And when you're an international manager, obviously you manage a lot less games, and time kind of travels by a little bit faster, and you start to find yourself in a world surrounded by regens, which I think is always interesting on Football Manager. Another reason was, as well, I feel like from a tactical perspective, it's always difficult to do international management, because you can't buy the types of players that you want to play with. You have to constantly tinker and change your tactics, not only to suit your opposition, but you also have the added challenge of having to suit the players at your disposal as well. And obviously tactical familiarity is a big problem during international management. So those were really kind of like the main reasons why I was really intrigued to at least try and take on this challenge. So I think that in the long run, we'll end up actually focusing more on tactics than we would do at a club and looking to exploit different oppositions all the time. So I think it's going to be really interesting. And obviously, we are going to start off managing quite poor nations. So I think we're going to see some funny direct style of football along the way to try and get really poor nations playing decent football. Because let's be honest, we are probably going to end up managing San Marino, who probably have a postman up front or something like that. Not that there's anything wrong with being a postman. It's an incredibly important job, as Mario Balotelli once made out. As well, we are using the latest sorted out SI patch, and we also have the Germany fix, which means that we could in the future end up managing Germany, and the current German side do have the right players. So Joachim Löw as manager, Thomas Müller and all them good Germans are actually playing, because obviously by default they are not licensed. I think that's Japan included as well. And another point to make out as well is that during this international journey, man, I'm going to try and limit YouTube episodes to basically be our most important games. So for example, if we play in the Asian Cup or the World Cup, all them games will be episodes, but kind of little friendlies along the way. Because, let's be honest, if there's no major tournament going on, international management can be a bit of a bore. I'm going to try and stream as much of them as possible. So when I am going to be going live on Twitch, I'll kind of have a video that I'll upload onto YouTube. So if you want to know, as soon as I go live on Twitch, you can obviously go onto Twitch. The link will be in the description below. And you can follow me on Twitch and enable notifications there. So as soon as I go online, you can jump in, have a chat with me, watch me play the friendlies as well. Or you can hit the notification button next to the subscribe button. I believe it looks like a bell here on YouTube. So every time I upload a video, you'll get a notification, and you'll obviously notice as well when it's my I am streaming on Twitch video. That way you can hop straight over to Twitch and watch me there. But that is going to be it for this first episode. I mean, we are going to have to head off now and start looking for some international jobs. We'll have to use the filters to get rid of these non-international jobs, but I don't know, guys. I'm really looking forward to this save, and hopefully you guys will enjoy the journey with me as well. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm really looking forward to all the different types of players we're going to manage and all the different types of tactics we're going to have to make. And trust me, we are going to fail along the way, but that's what Football Manager is about, right? I hate it when Football Manager is easy. Some people get a buzz out of that. I most certainly don't. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.